ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sicily here on the Lord Master channel. And I want to apologize from particularly most of the second half of the previous episode that we were having a bit of an audio issue. That was actually due to, well, a combination of things. Especially most prominently the music, which is why, as a precaution, I turned that off. In case you start hearing that stuff again. And also, maybe it's because at this point of this gameplay here, since it's been 224 years since the game started, I kind of fear that whatever causes the things to, for lack of a better term, lag or everything, that it's becoming more prominent because of all this, crap on the map and among other things, especially when using certain mods, and plenty of it. But one particular mod, especially the one that's, a key one for the Sicily series, is the expanded provinces mod or whatever. More provinces expanded. The MP, which adds more, into the map, which kind of feels like it expanded a little, but more on the inside than anything else. And whatever things it's placed on a map and among other things, which just takes too many for me to name. I think that's what's probably causing it, especially, that we're halfway through in the timeline as far as, my tolerance of it, which actually caused me to have a bit of me being burnt out in doing the recording of this video series, which I felt like now at this point I want to find a way to finish the damn thing. Especially, for this thing that's most prominent in the series, the struggle. Like we often see periphery or imperiality especially, which is likely going to go to that route anyhow. One day we ought to end this struggle for good. This is the permanent ending. Like, don't mind the Iranian Intermezzo thing, that's always there. Completely control the region of Sicily, as in the entirety of that. Only if you're involved, which I plan on converting back to Siculo-Arabic once we've established ourselves in our land again. Rather take dominion over crossroads. I mean, there's a couple of factors. Evolve, level of fame, 29 trade experience in all three worlds. Completely control the region of Sicily, and all of these is every county in the de jure duchy of your capital. That's at least 60 development. But it says at least one of these. And in all these, completely control these duchies, any of them. So we got to do that at some point. So yes, that's my aim of it. But however, I kind of want to do this route where I want to serve as the liege of Sicily. Yes, but I would have to establish on the mainland first before anything else. But for now, my aim is to raise the raiders, one more time to go on another great raid to other places. Cannot carry them, but I mean, these are all lootable, right? Yes, we're just gonna go to raid to the usual places. We have the prestige to back that up. So let's do it. As much as I'd like to develop, you know, and build up more of this, but at this point, based on what we have, well, my aim now is just let's get as much money as we can so we can use that money once we establish ourselves back in the southern Italian mainland. And then I will convert the culture back to being Siculo-Arabic in order to get involved again. And then at the same time, maybe, just maybe, through the future liege of Sicily, that I will be the one to do the expansions for him. Because, you know, we Muslims got to stick together. Even though I'm Shia and Sicilian Sultana is the Sunni. Well, I'm still Shia. Yeah. Yeah, it's just taking its time there. It's another thing about playing this in the mid to late game, where everything starts to, you know, slow down a bit. And it could increase the game speed a little, which that'll do. Oh look, they're building another holding. How do you like that? Sawdan, who is, you know, the son and heir. He's no longer sickly. Excellent. As I've stated before, once we're done with all the raiding, Arch Saddle, that is I believe that's for, yeah, the armored horsemen. Which, too late to do any of that. Just anything that benefits the Maltese culture more before returning to the Siculo-Arabic, which they are a bit behind the time because they weren't as prominent as they once were. Which we would like to see the return to that. So my marshal reports my troops' lack of training with the current commanders in Rome. This will cause significant degradation on the performance of the battlefield if commanded by the present contrary generals, myself included. If I choose to do so, I could address the situation by staging the complex and expensive maneuvers of everyone involved. That means I would lose the advantage, so I'll pay for those maneuvers. Sure. So let's say where to raid. There's the Crusader Kingdom of Valencia. Hey, why don't you raid through there? You had a good time last time. Cannot be raided again. Oh, perfect. That is definitely going to be the next place where to raid. Start from there. It will do. Greek dominance is almost non-existent. Jackpot. My chefs prepared an inordinate amount of baklava for a small banquet I was hosting. I ended up eating most of the baklava. Few could blame me though. It was very good baklava. I'm sorry about that, but I'm also not sorry. Small health boost for a year. Flames and screens surrounding in Harunda as my army plunders for valuable goods and prisoners. The acrid stench of burning flesh fills the air, and a beautiful cocktail of blood, dirt, and drying on my face. But then I see among the wreckage a small doll cast aside in the dirt. I feel compelled to look at it. Its small button-eyed hands and his hand-stretched smile reminds us of the innocence of waiting back home. Even kicked in mud, its soft hair feels so delicate in my hand, I can't help but think that this would make a very good gift for one of the children at court. I would love this. For years, I've swept out on devastating raids, bringing the full fury of all out to the trembling world. But surely, if he disproved, he would have struck me down by now. Instead, my household sleep, surrounded by stolen fineries of foreign rulers. Exotic slaves warm my bed. Truly, noble and peasant alike quail at my approach, and parents' silence crying on the threat that I'll visit. Let him wait for my name. I'm a raider now. +2 martial, +3 prowess, and a bit of monthly prestige. Just what I need. Today, a self-stylized poet was presented me in desiring to write a large compendium of poems exalting my dynasty's feats over time. This work, if done properly done, will increase by a significant amount of renown of my dynasty will be looked upon with envy by everyone else. That is a promise, if I fail at least. You ain't. Well, all the loot that we're going to be doing. Commissioner work. Go ahead. Everyone knows that Gabriel's a bit of a coward. He tries to avoid dangerous situations if he can, particularly when it comes to travel. One day we were discussing issues related to sea travel and the dangers associated with it. I decided to tease Gabriel a bit and ask him if he thought being on a warship or a merchant ship was safer. Dry docked ships, he answered. It doesn't change the fact that you're a coward. For historical context, this witty dialogue is taken from the Philogels, an ancient Greek collection of jokes dating back to the 4th century CE, and the oldest extant joke book. However, it is not the oldest known collection of jokes, as others have been mentioned in older ancient sources. So the next 20 years, this courtier here, no, courtier is wary of traveling. -1 diplomacy, less diplomatic range, while more travel safety. Glory is widely known for this. An independent county. Read that. No, you idiots, go to sea. Oh look, the loot, it's almost full. So I guess we'll raid this place one more time, then we'll go home. Excellent. Well, we've taken enough already. It's already full. All we could do now is just go home. And then after we recover, and then we'll use that money one more time before we, well, uh, set out what I have planned ever since the previous episode. Yared is the name. Yeah, we know what that's like. Here comes us. There. Done it all. Go get me some more mercenaries. Alright. I'll pay you for that. How much do we get? Because these Norman adventures here, they were used, and this is the new ones, which, again, to my disappointment, they're of a very small number. So I believe at this point, let's just wait until we're fully recovered. Then we'll look at the situation over in southern Italy, and see to that we will launch the Duchy Conquest War of Apulia. That's what I'm aiming for. Back to Bari. It's fully recovered. Wait till it hits month of July. Alright, everything's full. Just want to look at the situation. We know that Sharazam is still around, and while everything is scattered in these parts, and there's almost no Siculo-Arabic culture to speak of. They're all minorities, with the exception of this area. And surprisingly, the Longobards are still around. All the more reasons why Apulia is to be the target. So, it doesn't cost this much prestige due to, you know, all these things here. So, would like to establish a foothold into Otranto, which will be the realm capital here, before, you know, moving to Apulia, which is the de jure capital of Apulia. But however, we would not have the ship, but I would be willing to join with the Sicilian motherland under Muslim League, while I'll have to convert to Asharism instead of trying to spread Shia there, because there's no reason to do that here. Because Asharism is established, it's just they're all minorities now and do the same culturally. So it's going to be a while to get that process going and all that. So let's do it. Now, raise the army here. 5,000 strong. You know, the easiest thing in the world would be just go over there and take the capital. But I believe this way makes more sense for level 5. Again, our aim is to conquer all of them. And when I win, does that mean some of the vassals may join? Or seize all of it? Nope, all will be mine. And that title will be destroyed. Let's move. Knights Templar has been called. Oh boy. Well, proved to be an uninspired poet. Creating a piece of trash that was ridiculed by everyone. Time to kick him in the butt. He dies. You what? What? Okay, sure, you can have it. You know that I will be your vassal soon, so take that into consideration. Hold it right there. Okay, that's a bigger army than anticipated. And I guess this must be the Knights Templar. And has a higher advantage than me. Oh, these are Knights Templars. And he's got Killian archers. Oh, hell. You know what? Play it safe, land here. We gotta fight them in the plains. Away from any holdings that has a defender's advantage. I don't know if y'all could do it, but I fear that we may have miscalculated, that we didn't know what the enemy has. So you probably want to call some allies in. It's a little more than I bargained for. Because I don't want to get too overconfident. But they're going to be on the move soon. Nearly 8,000 strong. That's what they have in their strength. Stand here. Those are hills. Neutral hills. That we can get them to lure them over here. Look, they think we'll win decisively, but yeah, we have the hills. We're in our defense. So yeah, that's what we had to do. We had to run to the nearest hills and hold the line here. Friends will be coming. No, not quite sure how things will go, but give it a try. That'll begin in 5 days. And so here we go. You're a plains fighter, but we're fighting in hills here. So the advantage in this phase goes to me. Oh, we're mauling them. Just short of getting all of them. And we're really killing them in the retreating phase. $37 gold from Spoils of War, plus 31 gold due to being battlefield looters based on the amount of casualties that we caused against them, because every 100 casualties, fatal casualties inflicted on the enemy is 1 gold. Because we still have that habit. This is ridiculous. So now we're even. Wounded a bunch of them. So that's a 50 on the battles won. Wherever they retreat to, we'll be there. Unless you want to take Toronto. Or try to think of a place that's easy to bring down. You know what? Here. Actually, go to here. This one has a much lower fort level. They could join us if they like. We just gave them a beating. Only 3 months. To the hills. I became aware that Mary Salisbury attacked my Saida was planning to host a meeting of my foreign neighbors to discuss matters of political and diplomatic interest. As she already probed everyone to attending, I'm left with the option of funding the meeting or facing the loss of prestige if I balk at this possibility. As I feel aggrieved regarding my behavior, I need to make a decision now. You have a diplomacy education, so I'll say you organize the meeting. See how goes it. Our scouts report there is no imminent risk of an enemy attack tonight. As I watch my soldiers fatigue from the day's march, set up yet another camp. I cannot help but wonder if tonight's respite is our last, my last. If battle is joined tomorrow, might I not be slain? And what if starvation, exposure, disease, accidents? Life is never as fragile as during wartime. If today were to prove my last day, how should I spend the evening? Give a rousing speech to my troops in the next 10 days. Except we will lose that advantage then. We're gonna go in after them. And they'll be coming with us. Personal focus for once. They have the advantage, but we have the numbers. Things aren't going our way, but get out of there. Yeah, we broke that off. To the hills. How the hell did we lose that one? The meeting of the foreign neighbors is the diplomatic coterie. Sawdan was able to deliver an inspired speech, and a lot of common ground was found among everyone. Some important deals were reached, and I stand proud of the insights gained in terms of diplomacy and strategic thinking. All in all, a major success. Great. The prestige and diplomacy and martial from that. Got around, everybody. We just had a bad day. But the tactics. This will help. 9 months. Alright, we'll stay here then. Yeah, they're in friendly territory, which means they can definitely recover. You're dealing with a Crusader veteran. That's the problem. And he knows the place and likes it. It's just we had to fight him in the plains. Just wait for Toronto to go down, and then it means we can reinforce here in occupied territory. And we would have the advantage of its defenses and its hills. Toronto is an important place. Yeah, they don't seem to be bothered to try to go liberate it. But we'll be here. Move up. Come and get us. Take in Conquest. But also take a while for them. But it's a big occupation. If I want to, I could get mercenaries and send them over here, but no. We'll fight them. Whereabouts decisive. Slowly being reinforced, so what are they gonna do? They're practically in caution mode here. Want them to make them go for a wrong move. That's what I'm waiting on. Get that out of the mouth. Okay. 3 months. Let them take this area, and then we'll go up towards Bari and try to get them fight in an area that'd be much more suited for us. Enemy ally joins war. So he just died. He was murdered. Oh, joy. That means, you know, does that mean they lost the benefits of the Knights Templar? Now it's led by this man. Go get him. Win a battle here, then the war is won. Advantage us. We got them all. That's 32 gold from the spoils of war. And, well, nothing else out of it. But we got them all. What fortune! All it took it was a murder from court intrigue of whatever's going on in Apulia, but it matters not now. Land is ours. Increase my legitimacy level to ordained. Entire Apulia will be destroyed after the war, which is fine. Because it's what the money is for, unless my liege wishes to do that. But I'm over the domain limit, but consider this as me moving to a new home. First off, go to Castro. That'll be the new realm capital there, in which we use that to convert to local culture. Return to back being Siculo-Arabic. Truth be told, there is a little separating my traditions from those of the people in my capital. We observe the same holy days, the same public feasts, and our language has become almost the same. And I acknowledge who I am. And with being Siculo-Arabic culture now, that means, well, two things. It's like, yes, it's high medieval. And also that should make me the culture head. Yeah, you are way behind the times. In which I do know for a fact that just remember, yellow means small minority, green means large minority, blue means majority. I already moved the wrong capital once. Oh, another thing. Regarding all of this, as I said, now I'm Siculo-Arabic, leaving Malta behind. That's my aim. Knowing who the son and heir is. This year, you will rule Malta at my stead. All of it. Oh yeah, wait. Gotta switch primary title. Yeah, just an example. It's like, okay. Yeah, there you go. That's why I want to move it as the realm capital there, because of the hill's strategic position. So yes, became Siculo-Arabic while in Castro, and Taranto is where the Siculo-Arabic culture and as the shouter is will be reintroduced. Well, meanwhile, Bashir, you will rule Malta at my stead. Children cannot handle the religious duties that comes with the temple management, but will still be granted regardless. And yes, he'll become independent, because I want Malta to remain independent. Well, I should have done, like it should be Maltese again, but 1 second. Find a Maltese guardian. There you are. Well, someone younger. Yeah, you remain Maltese while you're over there. And meanwhile, Malta is all yours. That'll get rid of the domain size limit and it will all go to me. So yes, you'll have your independence. Meanwhile, Toronto is the new capital here. For now. Oh, and convert to a Sharism before, you know, they're gonna get antsy here. It doesn't cost you this much, but you're gonna have some unruly Shia vassals here. And those who are in the council. Okay. Who wants to be on the council for all of you people? You get to be the Chancellor. You're not it. Yeah, we're gonna have some pretty shitty people in our council. Is that all the powerful vassals? But anyways, just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, back to Isharism. We may convert, but the thing is eventually over time, I think they'll respect me a bit more. Do it. With my decision to convert to Isharism, I arranged for the Imam to come to my court and conduct the rites. With the fate of my immortal soul in question, I can only pray that I made the right decision. Benefits aside, my most immediate concern is temporal. With most of my vassals following a different faith, will I be able to keep my realm united against eternal rebellions and foreign opportunities alike? At least I'll have Tajada to guide me. Just need him over here. Yeah, control's bad right now for all areas, but that can be doable. Also, ever since we left them, the current, like, seafarers where we came with, we're back to having refined poetry. There's also dexterous fishermen. Coastal holdings and counties of this culture provide an additional defender advantage. And trade port line of buildings provide additional bonuses to stationed men-at-arms, which we'll have to restation them again. And for all of us, Siculo-Arabs, coastal advantage plus 10, and supply capacity goes up, and less coastal sea danger, staggered with sea danger, so yeah, very good. Alright, get a seneschal. Oh, actually, search for a few tax collectors. Maybe some of you could be the seneschal, because some of you got good stewardship. Hopefully. Ah, here's the stars. Need that just to get control up faster for all the areas. One second. Just let it day to be registered because we haven't done it all. Yes, convert all to Siculo-Arabic. And maybe perhaps we could demand conversion for all of you. All the little vassals. With time. I'll come back to get you around that. But anyways, we know that Toronto's the one that got worst hit, and so does Gravina. But I noticed something right away. And this is probably just going to be Well, this is what I get for being of the old culture again, back in the old country, of where our ancestors established this. Well, at least I still have you now. Fortunately, we are very good in that. Start spreading the faith all around again. Especially the culture. Especially the culture. You could also increase county patrols, which would spend additional money. But this will get control back up in a hurry. You might as well do that. I can't find you then. You know, long ago there used to be, if I remember correctly, a Greek stronghold here. Guess they've been gone now ever since. But there is an Arab-Berber stronghold here. And a land stronghold in Bari as well. Just noticed that as well. Let me see. Getting the popular opinion up would be vital. So, we should have government reforms in Sicily. Sicily's been home to many peoples over the centuries. My officials there often use a hodgepodge of different administrative customs inherited from our predecessors. However, there are times we need to reform our administration in Sicily. My court imam, Yahya, their careful investigation identified 3 potential sources of inspiration for our governmental reforms. The Latin administrative practices of Compatibility of Crusader, the Greek administrative practices of Exarchos, Tiberius, and Cyprus, and the Arab-Berber administrative practices of Shah Rasultagan of Rome. Well, now that you ask me, let's take the Greek model. Reforms based on the Greek model. That would give me plenty of prestige. And need to increase the domain taxes and vassal tax for all the mayors around here. And the popular opinion to go up a bit. Just to prevent potential peasant revolts. And made a friend in Tiberius. Built ties between respective realms thanks to shared administrative customs and practices. Excellent. Oh, and one more thing. This is the big one. Swear fealty to Sicily. No exception, because we're Muslims here. And you may be Sicilian, but I'm Siculo-Arabic, and we aim to spread the culture around here back to the way it was. Because our culture used to sat upon some of the most developed areas of the land. Especially in Salerno. It's just as developed as Rome. You've all taken good care of it. I cannot wait to conquer you too one day. When we firmly establish ourselves here. Because I would love to move to Salerno there. And spread Siculo-Arabic culture there. And you know what, there's going to be some law changes too. Other cultures are unwelcomed. I could care less about the religion, but I do care about the other cultures here. Because people have a different culture around here. So this will allow the conversion of minority cultures. Which means even if Siculo becomes a majority, all the little ones that used to be majorities of minorities, we could slowly eradicate them. Or alternatively, expel the minority culture. When there's enough of us here. Like, I'm the head of the culture. Ah, good reason we brought you over here. But since I'm the culture head, it's highly doubtful that we have the time to establish a cultural tradition unless we have the prestige for that. Because I've always wanted to introduce this. So I could recruit that. But as long as we still have it in circulation, it's good. But we ain't doing no more of that piracy stuff. It's something to think about for later. For all this. It's still male preference. Oh yeah, we could pass high crown authority now. So levy contributions do go up a bit more, but of course vassals will not like that. And I have no real vassals in every sense of the word, but I'm not terribly worried about that regarding crown authority. Not in our realm, is it? Yeah. Swear fealty. Let's work together and dominate Sicily. And maybe perhaps you be the one, too. And the Sicilian struggle for good whenever this comes up again. But we're making a lot of fortune now. So, yes. Brother-in-law. We gotta do it because we're both Sunnis. We gotta stick together. And I'm not spending my money in recreating that title. That's up to you. Unless I have to get you if I want to fully unify the realm. If I'm ever in the mood for that. I can always read you. You've been a loyal and devoted subject. I wish to reward you for your service. In recognition of this, I'm hereby offering you the position of is that Marshal? Yes, the Marshal. Excellent. Which means, as Marshal, as the Marshal of the Liege, +3 prowess, army gold maintenance is much further reduced. Increase levy size and further increase on the martial lifestyle experience. Whatever you need, I can do it for you. Everyone from the court of Malta is now here. I can petition to the Sultan and pay homage if need be, which I'll be willing to do that pretty soon. Now, last night I dreamed of making love to the most beautiful person I've ever met. Not only that, I felt like somehow we understood each other on a deeper level while we enjoyed the pleasures of the flesh. Even after I woke up and went to eat my breakfast, visions of my lover from the dream still filled my mind, making me feel the deep yearning to reconnect with him, literally and emotionally. I'm still feeling a bit aroused, for that matter. An emotionally satisfying erotic dream this man has. Can't blame him. Many treatises have been written on honorable conduct in war, but those authors' lives weren't on the line when they put pen to paper. I know from experience that the best way to defeat my enemies is to ensure we only engage in battle on my terms. The question is, what terms would be the most advantageous? I'll say only cowards would use tactics like these. Reject the use of these tactics, because I'm brave. Hey, you got bodyguards? 1, 2, yeah. So don't worry about the control thing. It'll be back up in no time. So, I was looking through the various records, stumbled upon an old survey of tax farming in Genosa. Genosa? Though I braced myself for bad news, my tax collector, Tajadin, seems more eager than worried. I found out, Antiquities, that Price Boetios of Genosa, is in the habit of surreptitiously deducting significant amounts from the taxes he sends you. I suggest we imprison him at once, lest we send a signal to the other circuits that we tolerate this behavior. However, there's a complication. He's quite a capable administrator, and popular with the people in both his own holding and all of Taranto. The hell. Let's give this a try. I will send someone tonight to nail him to the cross. 64% chance that I scare him into submission, or they'll become more angry than afraid, and we risk a peasant revolt here. Nope, my cruelty was for naught. They're infuriated. But we still got him. Why aren't you the marshal? Switch. You're no good of any. Also zealous, that's another issue. Look at a new spy master. Well, we got one. After a particularly tasty lunch, I was surprised by an unannounced visit by Raz Yazir of Otranto, my vassal. Fearing some bad news, started receiving him in a cold manner, only to learn from his words he came with the best intentions. When the pleasant exchange continued, I learned this kind soul who has a favorable opinion of me wanted to contribute a special donation of 50 gold to the realm's coffers. Now, how shall I proceed? I will gratefully accept the donation. And perhaps I should take it up with a new vassal. Should pay homage to him. Bestow him gifts of 75 gold and 50 prestige to him. But of course, you still gotta get there. I mean, prestige is of importance nowadays. And you would want mercenary guards with you. Or the simplest thing in the world is just travel by sea. I mean, travel by sea is safer than it was nowadays. Yeah. Low chance of danger. 10% each. You'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. That only cost you 2. And only 2. It'll be 4 months travel. Everything is smooth sailing. Just give me a moment. If anything were to happen. Because we are simply paying homage. Oh, there's that peasant rabble. Just as I feared. Taking a knee. Servants usher me in the Sultanism at his great hall in Palermo, where he sits astride waiting to hear my pledge. I kneel at the feet of my lord and pledge me also, as his scribes record the event. My tenants then follow, presenting my rich gifts to the Sultan before the assembled court. Israel bids me to rise and confirm satisfaction along with my rights to the lands I rule in his stead. The price of fealty. For our dynasty, we get the renown. So I gave him the gold and the prestige. Well, just give him the gold while I gain prestige. And our dynasty will have 75 renown. Just became ill. 1 sec. Another thing of note, I have to stop recording as I record in intervals of little clips that you've probably all heard that earlier from that little sound that's, due to game being slowing down due to being in the session for so long. So I had to exit out the game and then come back and see if that made any difference, but I have to do that every once in a while. As my position requires, leaving myself involved in the politics around my exchange arguments, present ideas, defend my viewpoints, and politically backstab other councils of my. Yes. With time, I slowly mastered the art of political maneuver to reach my objectives. Thus, I increased my political effectiveness in all spheres of knowledge. Remarkable. I'm a cunning politician now because I'm the leader's council, and you have a chance to grasp every political angle, every decision made about the realm. So you are up to the task. So it's being a titled character or have a seen council. That's what makes you have that. +1 for all skills. Good to know. Just gonna be on our way back home now. Investigate. Nothing. All better. Making a comeback. Home again. What else can he say? Have to do that for him. My son and I. But it should be noted that I have many heirs. I might be able to inherit the land. One of which might be leaving a realm. During my afternoon stroll down the streets of Toronto, my son seldom runs up to me. Father, he started swinging one another one. He's interrupted by a high-pitched squeak, turning our attention to find down the street. The companions appear to be a couple of young lads from my court, circling each other purpose from that tussle. Break it up, both of you. I'm reminded. Get bailiffs. Need additional building slots and tax jurisdictions, knowing that sooner or later we're going to be expanding again. Just trying to think of what to do next before we will cut this episode short. And that's also going to be another sort of protocol, is that, you know, I don't record long again, but start the recording intervals. Emir Sicily, you're being generous, thank you. I mean, I can most certainly improve the realm, but what the hell else am I going to spend? While traveling down the road, we encounter something long and thin. It's seemingly slimy on the road. I tell my guards to wait, and I approach and kneel down next to the object. After some careful observation, I realize it's an earthworm, struggling to get to the other side of the road under the heat of the sun. I'll hop into the other side of the road. Let it be. Especially when we get the control all back up to the way it should be. My vassals would be of size. Especially here. Yeah. Just stalling for time. but, but I will actually end this episode here, which, as I stated before, this is going to be normally the shorter episodes only. No more 2 hours, because otherwise it would be too noticeable, and I would have to, again, because at this point of the recording now, we just have to do it in recording every 10 and 20, and I would have to exit out the game and come back in to record a few more in to try to avoid that little thing as much as possible, even though you've already heard some of that, and I apologize again for that. It's because we're in the late game now. I even had to turn off one of the mods that changes the settings a bit just to try to increase a little bit of the performance. But there are other factors of the reasons why. Go to all. Look at the number of characters of the world. Nearly 50,000. That is unacceptable. But then again, I am using a mod that's more provinces expanded, so it is prone to having that many characters out on the world map. If there was much less of that, it would actually cause pass a day. That would actually cause performance to improve. But that's the price of it, especially when playing the mid to late game now at this point. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode and returning to Southern Italy, and we'll do what we can to, improve our realm a bit before we press on towards Salerno, which I would love to get that back and spread our Siculo-Arabic culture to out there again, and all that. Until then, so long for now.